I've done well over the years in sales. Sales has been good to me. But the thing I like most about life insurance is, nothing wrong with cars, right? I mean, nothing wrong with selling those things. But the way that I can help people with life insurance, the way that I feel like I really left them better off than I found them. Yeah. With life insurance. And I had the experience, right? I sold, I said on last episode, my dad died at 59 years old. Wow. I'm the one who sold him a life insurance policy. Wow. Right. And I seen what that money did for my mom. My dad didn't die with money in the bank, right? He died with bills. And had I not sold him that policy, my mom would be in a different financial situation. And, I've sold thousands of policies throughout the years. And, my mom, obviously very close to me, but I've seen it just help people in that way all over the country. And that makes me feel good that it's a win-win. The client wins, the agent wins. We've done something good.
What's going on? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. And is this not the coolest freaking spot that we have ever done a podcast before? I'm about to jump to our special guest who's a freaking legend in the space. He helps hundreds of agents do six figures, probably even thousands of people over the years that he's helped change their lives, financial freedom, all the stuff. I'm also going to ask him some extra questions for CA Studios. If you haven't checked out our streaming training platform, it's really how we do what we do. So if you want to support our brand and our content and all the value that we're giving away for free all over the internet, you can go to castudios.tv to check that out. It's $99 a year, by the way. Okay, so you can do that at castudios.tv. Today's episode, we're in West Palm. We're at a Power Player event. About 50 agency owners that are crushing it in the space, 6, 7, 8 figures, and they're sharing ideas about what's going on. We have one of my favorite power players in the building or on the roof today. And his business is going through the roof too, by the way. Mr. Brian Celestine. Welcome back.
Let's go.
Welcome back.
Glad
man.
to be back, brother.
Dude,
glad to be back.
It's been a minute since he's been on. Yeah. When he was on, he crushes it. We get a ton of views. People love him. Everybody watches. They watch the whole time. They comment immediately. They share with a friend. So we get you guys to do that today too.
Yeah,
okay?
Let's go.
Dude, you know what I see you as? Like when I think about Brian Celestine, dude, I think of you as, if I had to make a phone call and said, hey, I'm on Shark Tank and they want me to introduce them to a phenomenal sales trainer, you would definitely be up there on the list.
For sure.
Of people who are really, really good at your craft and really good at getting other people good at their craft. Like I'll give you an example really quick. We were in San Antonio at the roadshow. You probably remember this. We were out on the patio outside the hotel after the event. We were getting live Q&A with the speakers, kind of a mastermind after the roadshow event. And an agent started talking about door knocking, and you literally jumped in and started role playing.
Right.
And people were like, dang, bro. Like, that dude knows what he is doing. Were you naturally good at sales?
Man, I've done sales a lot in my life. So I have had a knack for sales. I mean, I've sold cars. I've sold door-to-door electricity. Did New York Life prior to NASB. And I have always done well, man. I'm really good at connecting with people, reading people. Yes. I have a high level of, I'm very persistent. Yes. You know what I mean? Yes. Yes. I don't give up easily. I don't get discouraged easily. I'm an optimist, and I believe, my attitude was just kept me, because this is not easy. I always tell people this business is simple, but it's not easy. Yeah, and what happens in between these ears, it's important that you maintain a positive attitude. And because if you get negative, if your attitude isn't right, your AP won't be right. And, I've been born just with a positive mindset, man. I am an optimist. A lot of the things that I think will happen don't, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I've done well over the years in sales. Sales has been good to me. But the thing I like most about life insurance is, nothing wrong with cars, right? I mean, nothing wrong with selling those things. But the way that I can help people with life insurance, the way that I feel like I really left them better off than I found them.
Yeah.
With life insurance. And I had the experience, right? I sold, I said on last episode, my dad died at 59 years old.
Wow.
I'm the one who sold him a life insurance policy.
Wow.
Right. And I seen what that money did for my mom. My dad didn't die with money in the bank. Right. He died with bills. And had I not sold him that policy, my mom would be in a different financial situation. And, I've sold thousands of policies throughout the years. And, my mom, obviously very close to me, but I've seen it just help people in that way all over the country. And that makes me feel good that it's a win-win. The client wins, the agent wins. We've done something good.
Yeah. You're also not afraid to get your hands dirty, man. Like we talk probably every couple weeks at this point, and you are in most examples. A lot of times we're both traveling, but when you're traveling, you're flying to a destination to help a leader or an agent or a team, and you're physically, literally doing ride-alongs with people.
Yes.
Right. Whether you're helping them over Zoom, with the phone, whether you're going and helping them in the field, in the car. Why do you do that when most people don't get that?
Well, man, I mean, you can tell people how to do it, but, look, people learn differently, right? I mean, you have people who need to. I'm that type of person. I like to see it done. I like to be in the mix, right? And I think that people learn better when you're actually showing them how it's done. The reality is, if you're doing it face to face, and if I'm telling you everything over Zoom, well, you can teach some things, but I don't think they get the full grasp of the business, like taking a real lead, going knock on a real door, not knowing who's behind that door, getting into the situation. You don't know what situation they're in, right? And showing them not only that, right, but showing them a duplicatable system. I always preach that. That I say the same thing in every home, right? The chit chat changes.
Yeah.
But the presentation always stays the same. And I think it's powerful that they see me go into every house, say the same thing, do the same hand gestures, drop my head in the same spot, right? Drop my tone in the same spot. And when they see, wow, it's not magic. Yeah. There's nothing special about him. He just has a duplicatable system. And then people can say, you know what? Can't sell, maybe I'm not as charming as this person, or speak as well as that person, or as funny as such and such. But you know what? I can learn a script. Yeah. I can copy what this guy is doing. That's right. I see it work. And I think there's so much power in that, man. And you know what? People need to know that you care about them too. If I'm going to take my time out, fly to a destination, a lot of people tell me, man, you left home, you flew here, you don't know if I'm going to make it, and that separates me from a lot of the other companies that's not doing that out there. So, absolutely, man.
You must think about that person in a different way. So like we talked about this yesterday morning, how you could view an agent as as a, I don't know, like, let's just say gambling,
Sure.
Like, okay, you get gambling, we're going to bet some money on them. We'll see what happens. We'll put our money on this horse or that horse. Or you can view it as like a franchise.
Right.
You seem to view it differently, because what's powerful about it is you're able to get there, you're able to help them, they're able to change their life and their family, and hey, you get a piece for your niece too.
Sure.
Like it helps you as well. How do you see that from your perspective? How do you see that when you're investing in someone? How do you see them? And when do you determine whether you're going to fly out and actually like legit help them?
Yeah. Well, and I talk about this. We've been traveling all over, together, me and you. We did this road show here in West Palm Beach.
It's great, by the way.
Yeah, great road show. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I say this, and I use this example, and I have been, that as builders, too many times we look at people like they're just an override, right? Like I use the example on Looney Tunes. You remember Looney Tunes when they would see, they were hungry, right? And they'd see somebody and they'd look like a pork chop, running, right? Or a chicken leg running. And that's how some of us view these agents, right? I mean, they're a dollar sign running around, and people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So for me, bringing somebody on, I look at it like I'm the servant, right? And almost they're the boss. And this is what I mean by that. My duty, my responsibility is to make sure that I'm giving my all to this person. I'm doing everything in my power. I'm giving them my time. I'm giving them the system. I'm giving them all of me. They can call me any time of the day, bro. You know what I mean? I got people, I can show you text messages, this morning from 12:30 a.m. I extend myself to people that way because if I do my part in giving my all, and, whether they make it or not, I've did what I had to do. My responsibility, and it's important for me not to just tell somebody, hey, when you come on board, man, everything's going to be great. It's like I want to be real, and I want to give them my all. And if they succeed, great. That's what we're pushing for. But not everybody will. I mean, that. That's the reality of this business. You call it 8% because most people don't make it.
Unfortunately not.
Right. But I think that that 8% number, I honestly feel that most of it, or I'll say a lot of it, is contributed to people just hiring people, just recruiting people.
Yeah.
They recruit the world, throw it against the wall, see what sticks. They don't train them. They don't get them in the car. They don't do Zoom alongs. They don't do any of that. Right.
That's right.
And obviously a lot of people won't make it. So I like to bring on less people, give them the attention, the focus that they need. And that's why we have just a high rate of people making it and people staying with our company and with our organization 300.
What would you say if you had to give a guess, a percentage, like 8% is the industry standard. What is it with Team 300, do you think?
Listen, I mean, first off, we're not hiring everybody.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's one of the things that separates us. Just because you can breathe, we're not bringing you on board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the kind of some people's standards, right?
That's fairly normal, breathing. Unfortunately. Yeah.
You're breathing.
Yeah.
You're just what we're looking for.
you got hug a mirror, baby. Let's go.
You got it. But I mean, that's not our thing. So first off, we're going to be exclusive in the people that we bring on board. We want people that's ethical, coachable, teachable, and we express that at the beginning. Right. So that's important to do it. Be selective in your organization. And then again, once those people come on board, give them your all. And man, listen, again, I don't have exact numbers, but I can tell you a lot of the people that follow what we do, follow what we say, they're making money immediately. I'm not talking about a month down the line. When somebody comes and say, hey, am I going to make money in a month? How long? 2 months? No, once you get your writing numbers, you're ready to go with us. By that point, you've been in the car. We've done role playing with you, so you're making money quickly with our organization.
How many days on average, once I get a writing number, am I like, okay, I've got to deposit in my bank account?
From the point you come on board with us, it's going to take, now this is industry standard, about 2 weeks before they get writing numbers from the carriers, right?
Yeah.
But during that 2-week process, we're training them. Right. They're being active and learning their presentation and plugging into our daily training calls and plugging into the new agent training Zooms and doing the role playing. So we like to get people paid within 21 days. 14 of those days, or you're waiting. So that's really 7 days that we have. So they got to make some sales quickly to be able to get that deposit within 21 days. So that's our goal. Hey, sometimes we hit it. A lot of times we hit it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but we're about getting people making money quickly.
Dang. So what I was talking about this morning about, what's funny is I was mentioning like, hey, how long can you go without a paycheck? Like an insurance agent question. You were one of the few that like didn't give me feedback when I was talking about how it's, you're not going to get paid your first week or two. Well, in your case, you might.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're pushing for.
Yeah, I felt that. I'm going to interrupt the podcast to tell you about our Kaboom leads that are literally blowing up. If you would love to never get disconnected numbers or wrong numbers ever again, then you will love our leads at Kaboom Leads. All of our lead types, we text the prospect a 6-digit security code. They go back in the funnel and put that in to verify that it is a real accurate cell phone number, and they've responded to a text message. We do this for all of our lead types. If you haven't tried Kaboom Leads, you can use coupon code podcast to get 10% off of your very first order at caboomleads.com. Back to the show. What do you look for when we think about people and who they need to become? You talked about coachable, trainable, ethical, right? How can you tell if someone is coachable?
How can you know what? Listen, on the interview, obviously people are going to put their best foot forward, right? You can tell them you're looking for ethical. You can tell them you're looking for coachable.
And they're going to be like, yes, I'm so ethical.
Exactly.
I'm so ethical.
Spell ethical. They got to Google it. That's a red flag if they got to Google how to spell ethical. But, I think that you kind of find that out once they come on board.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to the red flags, right? Somebody that's coachable, they listen more than they talk, right? If there's someone who every time you say, yeah, I know that. Yeah, no, I already do that.
It drives me nuts.
Red flag.
That drives me freaking crazy, bro. Gosh.
Right. So if they listen intently to the things that you're saying and then implement those things immediately, right? So, maybe they don't say anything, but if they're never implementing anything, are they really coachable?
Yeah.
Right. So I think you pick up on those red flags early on. You can ask some questions during the interview. Why do you think you're coachable? Right. What does ethics mean to you? Right. You can ask those questions and you can pick up on some things there. But most of it is going to come on the back end, and just pay attention, to those red flags. Like, when it comes to being ethical. Right. There's some red flags that you got to pay close attention to. And I think it was Oprah who said it. Right. Or no, my girl, Maya Angelou.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She said, when people show you who they are,
believe
them.
Yeah.
Right?
Such a good quote. By the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So don't just discount those red flags, because in this business, as a builder, it can cost you.
Yeah. There's a lot of different systems in the industry, and everybody says that they can, help everybody do well and all this other stuff,
Sure.
right? What if someone is looking into opportunities and systems in the industry? We get a lot of new and agents and struggling agents. They're looking into systems and opportunities and companies and all that kind of stuff. How should they interview a potential mentor too?
Sure. Great question. How should you interview a potential mentor in this business? Great question. So first off, look for someone who has a track record of success. They are at or they're headed in the direction that you're looking to go. Okay. That's important. Ask them, what's your training process like? And if the only thing they say is, we have these videos, well, listen, okay. If you're a video person, if that's all you need, okay. But understand that's what you get.
Yep.
So you're looking, this is what I would look for. I would look for somebody who's going to show me how it's done. If I'm doing it over the phone, I want to watch them. I want to listen to them. I want them to listen to me. If I'm doing it in person, I want to hop in the car with a manager. I want to shadow them. I want them to shadow me. Right. I want to know what, so training, what have they done in the industry?
Very important.
I want to know that I can trust them. And, don't just jump into with these different companies.
Yeah.
Look, my guys will tell you, whether they don't like everything that I say, for sure. Right. I have pissed people off before.
Never.
From time to time, it's happened, believe it or not. But the thing is, I'm always going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right. And I think in this business, it's important that because man, if somebody's your upline, and I don't like that term, your manager,
that's right. Yeah.
Whatever you use. But upline, they have a degree of power over you.
Mm-hmm.
And if that person's if the first thing they're looking at is them.
Yeah.
Look, I ran into a manager like that early in my career, that when I would ask for advice, when I would ask for mentorship, it was apparent that this person was only giving me things that would benefit them, that was good for them. And if the bottom line, the money they make is their first priority,
That's right.
then, man, you're going to struggle. You want somebody that, listen, I want you to make it. If you help as many people get what they want, eventually you'll get what you want. It may not happen overnight, but if you help them get what they want, then eventually you'll get what you want. And look, this is what I feel. This is what I believe. If you help people and do right by people, then Yahweh will bless you. That's what I feel.
Amen.
Right? You'll be blessed.
Yes.
And, and that's been the case with me. So somebody who's going to pour into you, somebody who's going to spend the time, somebody that is, look, accessibility.
Yeah.
When I call this person, do they answer the phone? Or do they call me, the next day, 2 days, 3 days later, if that?
Wow.
So you want to be, you want them to be available, because that's going to be important as well, too. So I think all of those things, man, before you partner with a company, make sure that your mentor is going to add value. Ultimately, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Everything business related. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Add value.
That's good. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And too, like in your example, Brian is going to be okay whether a new agent makes it or not. He's going to be okay. Like, he's successful. He does well, makes great money, right? Stupid money, really, compared to what you thought you could ever earn, right? That's fair. And I think but at the end of the day, he's not desperate, but he does show that he wants to help people, which I think is a cool, that's not normal in our industry. I wish it was, but like, I love that is your heart. Now, I don't know why that's the case. Like, you don't have to do it, and you freak, man. Like, why do you work so hard? Why do you care so much? Why do you put so much into it? Why do you still text people at 12:30 in the morning? Why do you still answer their phone while you're, here? While you're here doing this, you're still talking to people and helping them and all that kind of stuff. Like, dude, you're a 7-figure guy. Like,
man, why do I work so hard?
Shouldn't you just retire or slow down or just ride off into the sunset?
Bro, I'm 20 years old, bro. Why would I retire? Not 20 at all.
Not retirement age either.
Not retirement age. No. For me, honestly, man, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy it, right? Look, I enjoy field training.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
You can tell, bro. Like,
yeah.
How many people do you know actually really enjoy that?
Not a lot of people.
Not a lot.
But I enjoy it. And people that ride with me, like I have a guy here, he may see this, shout out to him, sharp guy here in West Palm Beach, did some telesales. That's been his niche, right? And I showed him in the field. And he was like, man, this is the best time I've had in insurance in a long time.
That's awesome.
Because it's like we're out there, we're having fun, we're joking, I'm smiling, I'm laughing. And so I enjoy it first off, right? And, why do I work so hard, man? It's in my blood. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Celestine, right? Celestines, you ask my son, he say Celestines work hard. That's a fact, okay? If you're a Celestine and you don't work hard, we kick you out of the family. We kick you out. You become something. You can pick a name. You become a Smith. You're now nothing against Smith. That's a popular name. Let me pick something else.
like 1.3% of our audience.
Oh, right. Not Smith. You become somebody else.
You don't become an Askins either, though.
No, not an Askins, not a Smith. Because you know what? I do know some very, very hardworking Smiths.
Amen.
So shout out to the Smiths. But we do kick you out of the Celestine family. But look, for me, it's important that like I said, my dad died young. But he was a hard worker, man. And, my grandfather, like just all the men in my family, they didn't necessarily leave a legacy of financial legacy, but they did leave a legacy of what it means to be a man and to be, provide and to be a hard worker. Awesome. So that's important that I keep that up, man, to show that I'm a hard worker. And, at the end of the day, how else do you get ahead?
Yeah.
I look, if you can make 7 figures, what's the opposite of a hard worker? An easy worker, a light worker,
lazy.
Everybody, lazy. Exactly. If you can make what I've been blessed to make in this industry being lazy, everybody would do it. And, and I'll say this too, man, it's important to me. I'm 45 years old, 45. I'll be 46 in February. I am accepting gifts. I like silver.
Let's go.
Those silver, if anybody, I love.
Or watches.
Or watches. I'll take a watch. but that might be expensive for some people. Y'all don't know me, so 1 round of silver, 1 bullion would be fine.
Whatever that is. He invests in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But man, it's important for me I want to see what I can accomplish in this life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm able to live till 50 or 70 or 90, how much can I achieve in this lifetime?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much man, when I'm 90, I was thinking about that the other day, man. I see people to this day. I think about, shout out to Chad Milner. He's one of the founders of North American Senior Benefits.
Right.
And it all started with his great-grandfather in the 1800s. They started in insurance, bro.
Wow.
And, now, I mean, he's a very wealthy guy. He was wealthy before NASB. Now it started with his great-grandfather, though. The mark that his great-grandfather left in the 1800s still lives on today.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to live on for generations. And I think, man, how cool if I can be, something where, we're in the 2000s and they're in the, 2100s sometime and say, Paul Bryan, my great-grandfather, Brian Celestine, what he did then started what we have today. So that would be cool, man. And that's something that I want to commit my life to. And also just for myself, how much can I get done? How much can I get done? How much can I grow?
Yeah.
How much can I develop? So that's important.
2 other questions before we get to the extra questions for CA Studios.
Only for CA Studios?
Yeah.
How much is CA Studios?
$99 a year.
Only $99
a year.
Damn.
It's like an Amazon Prime subscription, man.
Wow,
that's Starbucks coffee. It's a bunch of solo cups, but it ain't
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, dude. First question.
You'll pay me later for that plug.
That's right.
By the way.
Amen.
Send you
Amen.
a bill.
What's been your experience hanging out, man? We've been in Power Players.
Yeah.
We've been in West Palm. We've been hanging out with other people.
Yeah.
On the same mission.
Right.
How important is that in business?
Well, I mean, they say that you are the sum of the 5 closest people that you're around, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th.
Yeah.
Right.
Which you've done, by the way. He's done that.
Yeah. So the people that you surround yourself, man, because listen, I didn't always surround myself with people who were very successful, right? And you see that you can say whatever you want, but if you're around 5 people who are negative, you can be a positive person, but eventually it's going to rub off on you.
Amen.
If you hang around 5 complainers, eventually is going to affect your mindset, even though you're an optimist. If that's all you hear, if that's all you listen to, eventually you're going to be less optimistic. You're going to be less positive. Eventually is going to rub off, right? And so it's important for me that I constantly surround myself with people who are, the thing that I like about, this Power Players, a lot of these people are 6, 7, 8 figures, but they're still in an environment looking to grow.
Yeah.
So if you're around 5 people who are, doesn't matter if you're making $1 million or $2 million, if they're looking to grow, then guess what? You're going to say, how can I grow? Right? You're going to get some of that success, some of those ideas, they're going to rub off on you. Right. And it's only going to make you better, man. So, we've went to one, in Napa Valley.
Yep.
We've gone now here in West Palm Beach. We've drank at every location we've gone to.
That's right.
So I am picking that up. I do drink more than ever now. Damn.
Oh, no.
Joking. But no, man, it's been good. And, I plan to continue that in 2026. And you know what? Forever,
Well, you're an amazing part of the group. And when you get around like-minded people, like you're saying, it's amazing what you can learn and accomplish and do.
Yeah.
If they want to learn more and stay connected, man, and get help, what do they do? Where do they go?
How do you learn more? I like to give my number. People call me and they'd be like, I didn't think you would really answer. They think it's somebody else, an AI Brian or something. All right, call me. I'd like for you to call me or text me. Doesn't matter what time. People will text me people will text me that's not even with our organization. It doesn't matter. 337 337-412-2082, 337-412-2082. Brian Celestine, let's have a conversation. Let's see how I can help you, how we can partner together to make your situation better and hopefully find a lot of success in this business, man. So I want y'all to flood. I want my wife to be pissed because we're getting so many text messages. Okay, I want her asking me, who's that texting you at this time of the night? I'm going to say, man, just a recruit, baby. Just a recruit, girl.
Just
Let's
helping
go.
people out, man.
That's it. That's it.
Dude, thank you for being part of this. Thank you for pouring into everybody at the roadshow and the retreat. And thanks for being back on the channel.
Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you, brother.
Let's go. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We're about to jump to the extra edition questions for studios.
Let's go.
Au and kaboom.
Kaboom.